Okay, so hello everybody, welcome back. Um, I'm returning to the Zombie Survival series. I haven't watched that series from this girl. I didn't finish it. Um, she made about 30 something videos. I am probably on the number 14 or something like that. It's awesome. I wouldn't even know how, where the hell to begin. So, anyway, um, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that in the link down below. So thank you very much for that. And if you wanted to help me out, you can also send an Amazon gift card. The email is down below. And if you wanted to take a look at my books, they are in a page called Gumroad. I do hope that, people read them and tell me what they think. And thank you for, your support, your time, and everything. And now I'm going to say that the last video that I'm watching of this series, is awesome because it actually is real. So number one, she was running from a zombie, and of course she fell. And then I was like, yeah, that's bound to happen. In real life, if you are, running, you are bound to have, you're bound to fall eventually. It's just one of those things that is very, very, very hard for people to avoid, And then there was a zombie that obviously is a man, and obviously he does run faster than she does. So, she needed to think quickly about how the hell to outrun a man. That, you being a woman, you doing that? Yeah, not happening. Not unless, unless you are trained, and unless, you're telling me that the guy is, I don't know, like non-athletic at all. But hell no. If you're thinking that a woman will be able to overcome a guy in terms of a sport or something, oh hell no. So, it was fun to watch her, saying that she needed to think quickly. So at the end, she had choices about how the hell to outrun the freaking, zombie guy. And she was able to do that by using lights, because, they are playing in the middle of the night. So she was using lights to distract him, and then she throws something at, she left something, a scarf or something like that, so that the guy will lose 1 second or something trying to get that thing. So yeah, then they rested. So it was fun. When she fell, it was one of those things that she was kind of saying, my God, I'm in pain. And then she said, thank God I brought my medicine. Because obviously, this is a game, and it is a drill, and physical things are bound to happen. And of course, just because it is a freaking game, that doesn't, make it less, dangerous kind of thing. Because if you're running, there are cars, that are because, you can't shut down traffic because everybody's playing a game. So basically, there were people that were having problems because they were running all over the place, not watching their backs and not watching their fronts. Because, when you're in the first thing that she said, it was, that you're supposed to have a group and somebody has to be watching the backs of everybody else. So that, somebody must be going, kind of like looking ahead, looking back, looking ahead, looking back, and saying, yes, clear, whatever, And then the one that is in the point, the front, is supposed to be looking ahead and saying, hey, not that way, not this way, not that way, not to the left, whatever. So basically, you kind of have to rely on each other. The problem is that not everyone has a very good eyesight, looking far away or looking close. And so some people had troubles with, cars that were obviously, some drivers are unaware that people are running towards them. And, this was like an issue. If there was a zombie apocalypse, that will actually happen, because if you are driving in your car like normal and you have been, let's say that you were traveling, I don't know, from Florida to New York or something, and, you have your music and, you are in your own head, and there is a zombie apocalypse during those 10 hours or 12 hours or 14 hours or whatever the hell hours there are on the road, you are not going to know what the hell. And if people start running, you still don't know what the hell. So, there are going to be a lot of, car accidents like that. But in a true scenario, I don't think, the injuries might be kind of like, this was soft because, people kind of knew that there was something going on because the town knew for a whole month or something that they were preparing for this. Oh, hell no. People are just going to be kind of like, why the hell will somebody just run into the freaking street and then, without looking at the traffic lights or anything? So this is going to be a big thing, And then, of course, they got trapped by a horde of zombies. And, they were a bunch of strangers because, when she, at this point, she's injured. So she can't run. And there are other people that do not run because of whatever. So they are all hiding into this alley. And this alley has a door, some sort of door. I don't know why. Like a fence kind of door or something. So basically the zombies just trap them. So the zombies are about to, just get in there and kill all of them. So what they did, in the movies, they usually, the people try to barricade the whole thing. Except for the fact that, at this point, what the hell are you going to use to barricade this thing? And in the movies, sometimes other people will try to hold them off, by brute force or something. Yeah, that won't work either. Because unless you're telling me that, you have 3 or 4 guys, and I do mean 3 or 4 guys per door, and the 3 or 4 guys are very heavy and very strong, then, oh hell no, they are not holding the door against 10 other zombies. So, especially because if this was like a real thing and the zombie touches you, you are dead. So, for all I know, they can scratch you or whatever. So, oh hell no, you're not getting close to that thing. So what they did is that they all, sat into the floor. They put their backs against the floor, and they used their legs to support the door and everything. Like they put something in there, like a wood, like a piece of wood or something, and they all held it. The doors and the wood and everything, they held it with their feet. That is actually kind of smart, because it will take a hell of a lot of strength to move you if you are using dead weight, and if you are in that particular form. Because it's easier to just put your legs up and that's it, and then even pressure it a little bit. That is easier than you being standing up, trying to move all over the place or trying to hold something against the whole thing or whatever. I mean, it's smarter and it's easier and it's better. So the funny part is that, number one, they were all strangers, and they all came up with that idea, and they had to do it in 10 seconds because otherwise they will be, eaten by the freaking zombies. Number two is the fact that they thought that, this was going to be, a lot of time. And by the way, she was recording this whole thing with the cell phone attached to her chest, right? And you could see the other gamers, they were freaked out. I think that, because if in your mind you are playing against a horde of zombies and they are all, in there trying to move a door, and, you need the freaking door not to move or whatever. Oh crap, that is very, very scary. By the way, they had to wait for about half an hour, and then the horde left because somebody passed by and they were distracted. They were following somebody else who was making a hell of a lot of noise. Apparently, throughout the game, there is somebody who drives around with a freaking something that makes a hell of a lot of noise. And then, the zombies, when they are in a horde, they will try to follow that thing. And so, they were able to open the door again, and now each person has to move and continue playing the game and continue moving on to their next objective, whatever that is. And she was captured by gangs. And yeah, the gangs were asking her for a vaccine paper thing because, she needed to prove which side she was in. So you need to prove that you are, with the vaccine people or against the vaccine people. Otherwise, you're playing for the evacuation. And if you're playing for the evacuation, that means that you have money. So, it's kind of weird, the dynamics of the game, because each group will have different kinds of images of the other group. People who play against the corporation, obviously they think that all the other guys have guns and they are evil, and they are a mad scientist kind of weird thing, whatever. And all of the people in the corporation think we are trying to save humanity kind of thing, whatever. And all of the other people that are in the middle are like, oh hell no, I'm just buying points, I'm getting money, and I'm getting to the freaking helicopter and I'm leaving. So, it's a weird dynamic in terms of resources. And she was captured by these, gangs and these mercenaries. And so she needed to pay, with her fake money. And then, of course, when she was captured, she was captured by two guys. But now there are 3 guys. So they're saying, okay, you were giving us, 4 coins each one of us. So there was 8. But now we are 3. So you need to give us more. So she said, okay, I'm giving you 10. And then they said, oh hell no, you cannot give us 10 because one of us will have more than the other one. So how about you give us 12? So, right now she was paying 8, now she needs to pay for 12. And just when she was about to negotiate being out of that thing with paying 12 coins, or whatever, another guy showed up. And then the guy said, what the hell are you doing or whatever? And she was almost not out of the hook because, the other guy was kind of like, oh, hell no, I'm also playing for the freaking bribe. So, she needed to do negotiation skills for bribing. And one of the 4 guys was pissed that, she thought that the little money that she had was enough to buy him. By the way, that will happen in real life. Because some people might be like, you're paying $5 only? No, hell no, you have a face like you can pay 20. Kind of a deal, kind of thing. So that's why, I keep saying that bribing is a very dark skill kind of thing, and you really need to have, it's a people skill, but it's a dark thing, and oh crap. So, so she was negotiating. I mean, she even said, oh, I have nutritional bar, food with me, and I have medicine with me, please, I'll trade you those, and stuff. And she ended up paying 15, I think 15 or 16, coins or whatever, which is basically almost everything that she had in terms of, her fake money, obviously, because this is fake money and everything is fake. But, And they let her go, but they let her go with her hands were tied. They didn't let her go like freely, like if it was nothing. Oh hell no, they because they said, we're letting you go, um but we are saying that you escape, and if you escape you cannot have your hands free. So, oh crap, she was trying to get to her friends with her hands tied. Ugh. I don't know if you have ever had your hand tied before, but by a game or whatever, but I can tell you that it's just not fun at all. And because I used to have I had an accident once, and I had a cast in one of my hands, and I can tell you that it is not fun at all to not be able to move your fingers freely, your hand freely, whatever freely. And now the good news is that her bribing skill worked, because otherwise there were people that their bribing skills did not work, and they were actually taken to either the corporation or the other people, the resistance people. So if they were taken to the resistance people, they were they were given a different kind of treatment depending upon whether they thought that you were a spy, or whether they just thought that you were a threat or whatever. And also they were fighting because somebody in the resistance, they had a mold, and that mold took all of their guns, and basically then they call a horde of zombies, and they were trapped because there was a mold in their group. And now they have no guns, no nothing, and they are being attacked by everywhere. So, oh crap, that will actually happen in real life, because there is always somebody that will take whatever they can take, and it's not going to happen to certain groups, because if you become a rat and betray certain groups, oh crap, you will certainly probably be killed with your entire family. So in real life, that is not going to work out like in the movies, and that may not necessarily work out like in this game. In real life, being a mold might be one of those things that, unless you have a hell of a lot of sufficient power and independence and courage in everything, oh hell no. Also, because if you are a mold or something, you basically it comes with a hell of a lot of economical pressure, because let's say that you are fighting the government, and if you're fighting the government, you need a hell of a lot of guns, money, politicians. You need to have power in terms of secrets and stuff to try to do that. And if you don't have money, or you don't have something to bargain with, then basically you are a pawn. And if you're a pawn, you are disposable. So that part of the game, it might not work out exactly like that. However, if there is a mole within the small, between the soldiers of a group, then yes, that will happen a hell of a lot. But it might not happen to certain levels of gangs and organizations, because it's just, it doesn't happen. It's just, for that to happen, that it means war, and it also means, like I told you, you need to be able to fight that freaking war, which is why most gang members don't go after police people, in real life and stuff like that. And also, because if it was an apocalypse, with zombies involved, I can tell you right now that all bets are off, because everybody will be fighting to get the freaking guns to try to get to the freaking zombies. So I will not have assumed that there will be a mold because of the political idea or group. I will assume that they will take that gun for trading for something more important, um, like a transportation or something else, something like security within another group. Somebody might do that. But that will not have, political ramifications or ideas or groups or whatever. It will just be uh, out of self-preservation kind of thing, because between the threat of the zombies and the threat of of a war between other humans, most people are going to be concerned about the freaking zombies. So I think that if there was a zombie apocalypse, um, people will be raiding other groups to take their guns. Um, because with guns, you can withstand a chance against others. Um, and also because you will need a hell of a lot of guns to try and ammo. By the way, ammo is more important than the freaking guns if you're going to be dealing with zombies. By the way, and ammo is going to be extremely hard to get because people think guns, guns, guns. What the hell? I mean, if you have a gun and you might be able to trick somebody that doesn't know about guns into taking them hostage or whatever. But if you were against zombies and your gun doesn't have ammo, then you're screwed because they are the real deal. And I don't know. So they were saying, in this episode of this thing, that, she was very happy about the fact that she was able to survive this particular night, because today, out of all of the times that she has been playing, it was very hard because first she was injured, number two, she hasn't she still has problems trying to run out of nowhere, because every time that you're walking, all of a sudden you will have somebody in the group that all of a sudden says, "Hey, there is a zombie," and then you have to run and stuff, and without warning, without warming up, and without nothing. So this might be a thing. And she was also saying about the food, because she has issues with sugar and water. Because of course, every time that you're running and every time that you are doing something, you become hungry and you also become thirsty. And like I said, in this game, you have the option of going to the restaurant, which is a safe point and stuff like that, to try to eat, and others. I do believe that in a zombie apocalypse, there will be some people, like I said, that will continue working no matter what. And those people might be able to keep certain places up, like malls or restaurants or offices or something. But I do not know for how long that might be able to last, because during a zombie apocalypse or something, like I said, there will be problems with electricity, there will be problems with water supplies, and there will be problems with people showing up to work. If you own a restaurant, you and some people might be able to get there and help you out to open the restaurant, but definitely more than half of your employees will just not show up. And if you have lack of of employees, and you need to open up, and you have the same amount of clients, and you used to have 10 waiters and now you only have one, you will be overwhelmed, you will have problems. However, I don't expect a hell of a lot of people to show up and demand food from a restaurant during a zombie apocalypse, but you do get my point, right? Because there will be a lot of people that will still be fighting. It's interesting to think about all of the details of the daily life that are changing because of an apocalypse of some sort of game, how the rules will change, how interactions will change, how your physical body is going to, be adapting, or how it's going to be handling things. It's kind of weird. And anyway, I'm very, very, very happy about me watching this series, because quite frankly is very entertaining. And I hope this information is helpful or entertaining at least somehow. And thank you for watching.